Beauty and the Beast, Alchemy of Form Through Energetic Love. Welcome back. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11-time published author, and this is the Symbolism series. You're watching the Redacted Magic and the Fairy Tale Code subseries. This is Case Study 2, Beauty and the Beast, Alchemy of Form Through Energetic Love. Today, we're dismantling one of the most popular and misunderstood fairy tales of all time, Beauty and the Beast. It's often described as a tale about seeing past appearances, about falling in love with someone's soul instead of their exterior. That interpretation, while surface level, misses the point entirely. This is not a story about romance. It's a story about transformation. Specifically, the transformation of energy through love, truth, and spiritual sight. The original versions of this tale were never about courtship. They were about alchemy, about beast energy, about the distorted masculine, and about how certain kinds of attention, particularly from a high-frequency feminine source, can reverse curses, unlock ancestral wounds, and restructure identity at the energetic level. Let's go back to the roots. The best-known version of Beauty and the Beast in the West comes from 18th century France. In 1740, Gabrielle Suzanne Barbeau de Villeneuve published La Belle et la Bête, a sprawling, complex tale that was never meant for children. It was a philosophical romance, steeped in court politics, spiritual trials, and magical backstory. Her version was later shortened and simplified in 1756 by Jean-Marie Le Prince de Beaumont. This abridged version is the one that eventually influenced the Disney film, modern retellings, and schoolbooks. But the original tale is far older than either author. It contains echoes of Cupid and Psyche from 2nd century Roman mythology. And even that story is built on older Indo-European motifs involving monstrous bridegrooms, sacrificial daughters, and the redemptive force of feminine sight. Let's start with the basic framework. A wealthy merchant loses his fortune. He has 3 daughters, the youngest of whom, called Beauty, is unusually kind, intelligent, and perceptive. When the merchant accidentally stumbles onto the property of a terrifying beast and plucks a rose for Beauty, the beast demands a life in exchange. The merchant offers his daughter. She goes to live in the beast's enchanted castle, where she is treated with great respect. Over time, Beauty has visions, tests, and spiritual dreams. The beast proposes marriage nightly, and she always declines. Eventually, through a series of inner realizations, she agrees. Upon her acceptance, the beast transforms into a prince, and the castle breaks its enchantment. They marry. The end. Except, that's not the end. And that version is already a redaction. In Villeneuve's full version, the beast is not just cursed. He is cursed by a jealous fairy after refusing her sexual advances. He is raised by another fairy who attempts to protect him. The curse is not just physical, it's energetic. He is trapped in a distorted body because he refused to serve a corrupted spiritual force. In this version, Beauty is not just a merchant's daughter. She is of royal birth, placed into a merchant family for protection. She has a cosmic lineage, a magical bloodline. Her placement with the beast is not punishment, it's destiny. Let's decode. The beast, as a character, is not a monster. He is a being trapped in distorted masculine form. His outward appearance mirrors a curse, one that represents rage, trauma, and misused power. In energetic terms, the beast symbolizes what happens when divine masculinity is violated, corrupted, or exiled. The claws, the horns, the growl, these are symptoms of internal fracture. In many magical systems, this form of transformation occurs when a being breaks a contract, violates spiritual law, or becomes entangled in binding energy. He is not evil, he is enchanted. And enchantment is not illusion, it's energetic distortion. Now consider the rose. This is not a throwaway detail. The merchant picks a rose for Beauty, and that single act triggers the entire chain of events. In symbolic systems, the rose represents time, love, blood, and divine order. It has been used in Hermetic, Rosicrucian, and Islamic symbolism to signify the unfolding of truth. In alchemy, the rose is a symbol of sacred union, the blossoming of consciousness through trial. To pluck the rose is to interfere with time, to take what has not been earned. The merchant doesn't steal gold, he disrupts a sacred space. That act, small as it seems, violates magical law. A price must be paid. Now let's talk about Beauty. She is often depicted as passive or obedient. But in the original tale, she is anything but. She agrees to live with the beast. She explores an enchanted castle. She converses with invisible spirits. She dreams prophetically. She resists repeated marriage proposals from a terrifying creature while still honoring her agreement to stay. Her power lies not in romance, but in perception. She does not run. She does not judge. She observes. And in the magical framework, perception is transformation. In esoteric systems, the feminine is the mirror that forces the distorted masculine to see itself clearly. Beauty's presence in the castle is not romantic. It's ritual. She is placed in proximity to broken energy, not to heal it, but to reveal it. Her presence activates his potential to return to form. But that transformation cannot happen until she makes a choice. Not out of pity, not out of fear, but out of genuine recognition. That recognition, that seeing, is the real spellbreaker. Let's decode the castle. The beast's home is not just architecture, it is enchanted space. Rooms appear and disappear. Invisible servants act through will. Beauty receives everything she needs, but she also experiences spiritual isolation. In symbolic terms, the castle is the subconscious. It is the energetic domain of the cursed masculine. She enters his world, his inner distortion, and she walks it with grace, curiosity, and restraint. She doesn't try to fix him, she doesn't flee, she explores. That exploration represents spiritual mastery. She is not a prisoner, she is a mirror. Now consider the dreams. In the original tale, Beauty has visions while in the castle. She sees a mysterious prince. She's told he is being held prisoner by the beast. She believes the beast is blocking her from him. In truth, the prince is the beast. But he cannot reveal his form until she chooses him willingly. This is not deception, it's energetic timing. The dreams are designed to test her ability to see beyond illusion. In spiritual initiation, this is called piercing the glamour. Glamour is a false overlay, an enchantment that conceals truth. Many magical traditions warn that beings under glamour cannot be freed until someone sees through the illusion with love. Not denial, not escape, not aggression, but love informed by awareness. The proposal scene is key. Every night the beast asks Beauty to marry him. Every night she says no. This is not vanity, it's integrity. She will not accept false union, not until she sees truth. When she finally accepts, it's not because of pressure, it's because she has seen his sorrow. She understands the energetic cost of the curse. Her acceptance is not romantic. It is initiatory. It breaks the pattern because it is grounded in recognition. The transformation itself is not a reward, it's a reset. The beast's return to human form is the outward sign that the curse, an energetic distortion, has been reversed. But only after choice, vision, and alignment. This is classic alchemy. In spiritual alchemy, the shadow self must be witnessed, embraced, and chosen before it transmutes. The beast is not rescued, he is chosen. That choice restores his original frequency. Now let's decode the hidden royalty. In Villeneuve's version, Beauty is secretly of royal birth. She does not know it. But her bloodline is magical. This is critical. In magical systems, bloodline is more than genetics, it's frequency. Lineage carries codes. Beauty's presence in the castle is not random, it's required. Only someone of her frequency can complete the transmutation. This is why the enchanted objects respond to her, why the castle allows her in. The spell is designed to unlock when the correct energy enters the field. This contradicts later versions, especially the Disney adaptation, which flattened Beauty into a bookish outsider who happens to fall in love with a misunderstood man. That version removes the bloodline, the vision, the dreams, the initiation. It makes the transformation a side effect of romantic compatibility, not spiritual process. And in doing so, it erases the entire magical framework. In Beauty and the Beast, the real magic is not in the enchantment, it's in the reversal. And that reversal is only possible when perception aligns with love. Not emotional love, but energetic love. The love that sees, the love that reflects, the love that refuses to flee from distortion, but also refuses to merge with it. That is the alchemy of form. Let's review the spiritual mechanics this story encodes. Cursed energy requires reflective presence to transform. True perception dissolves glamour. Magical contracts cannot be broken by force, only by aligned will. Ancestral distortion often repeats until met with the right frequency. Transformation is earned, not gifted. Enchanted objects respond to bloodline. The feminine must choose, but not surrender. This is what the original tale was teaching. Not romance, not taming, but energetic law. Now ask yourself, what happens when you strip all that out? You get a story that teaches girls to be patient, kind, and accommodating to monsters. You get programming that tells children to look for the good in abusers. You get narratives that suggest love can fix someone broken, even if that person is terrifying, violent, or emotionally unavailable. And worst of all, you get the inversion. That love means enduring suffering, and that reward comes from submission. That was never the message. Beauty and the Beast is a ritual, a spell, a system of energetic reversal through clarity and choice. The Beast is not a man, he is wounded masculine energy. Beauty is not just a girl, she is sacred perception. The castle is not a home, it's a field. And the transformation is not romance, it's alchemy. Because love doesn't fix the beast. Recognition dissolves the curse. Hi, I'm Adeline Atlas. 11 times published author and School of Soul has just released one of our most requested deep dives, the Magic and Occult series. This series is not for the faint of heart. It's for those who know there's more going on beneath the surface, behind the media, behind the family, behind the system. This series breaks the spell and hands you the map. The Magic and Occult series includes over 200 videos on 1. Entertainment or ritual. Decoding mainstream media as mass spell work. 2. Occult families. Spot them. how generational magic and ritual lineage hides in plain sight. 3. Occult symbolism, the signs, seals, and signals used to claim, curse, or command. 4. Esoteric symbolism, layered meaning, sacred geometry, and encoded messages. 5. Law is magic, how contracts, courts, and language are rituals of power. 6. Spells and spirits, what magic really is, and what happens when you use it. 7. Covens and lodges, where modern ritual happens and who's involved. 8. Destiny swapping, how rituals steal timelines, talent, or soul contracts. 9. Energy harvesting, spiritual parasitism, and how to seal your field. 10. The clairs, your intuitive senses, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and more. 11. Become magical, how to strengthen your gifts, protect your mind, and wield conscious force. 12. Miracles are real, divine intervention, faith portals, and supernatural reversals. 13. The chosen ones, what sets them apart and why they're always targeted. 14. The black sheep, the generational breaker, often isolated by design. 15. Targeted individuals, spiritual and technological targeting of aware souls. 16. Gang stalking, organized spiritual and psychological warfare. This is the most revealing, most spiritually advanced, and most protective series SOS has ever released. If you've ever felt something was off about this world, this will confirm it and prepare you for what comes next. Your protection begins with knowledge. Join the SOS School of Sos Vault.